Philip Schaff. Oh man, I'm a huge fan.
Thanks, buddy. Means a lot.
I gotta ask, when's the new season of Seance Dog coming out?
You mean the show? Probably not for another year. Sorry, animation takes a long time.
Oh, I can't imagine how much work it must be for those fight scenes.
Yeah, those take a while, but we cut corners in other places to make it manageable. You ever notice that sometimes whoever's speaking has their mouth off camera so you don't see their lips moving?
Huh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, or we'll cut to the back of someone's head while they're talking for the same reason. Other times we'll do a wide shot and slowly pan across it. It looks like it's animated, but it's so far away, you don't notice. Nothing's moving. The best part is, because all these scenes have limited animation, we can make the drawings even better. But sometimes the artists get carried away and it kind of looks like a different show. It's crazy what you can get away with. Thanks for coming by.
No, thank you. I'm gonna watch season 2 way closer. He is such a cool guy.
Right, clap, sync, hold on.
Yeah, alright, yeah, do your That's perfect.
Love it.
Yeah? Alright.
Magnificent job.
This guy's waited his whole life for that, watching YouTube videos.
And that's a wrap, guys, alright.
That's a clap.
Alright, welcome back everybody to another episode of Basement Dwellers. Today I got Xaviar and I got my roommate Peyton.
Hello.
I'm the roommate.
I'm the friend.
What goats? So today we just finished episode 7 of Invincible season 2, so we're gonna be giving you our right out of the block reactions, theories for next episode, and even future seasons possibly. So right out of the gate, what did we think about that episode?
I thought it was good.
Out of 10.
Out of 10, okay. I don't know, I mean, obviously a lot of these episodes are like 9, 10. Like, I don't think there's been a bad episode, so I'll go with 9. It wasn't the best episode yet, but I mean, high standards, so.
I'm gonna go with an 8.5, just because I thought the whole Mark and Amber thing would be over a lot sooner. I was kind of hoping that would end this episode. Looks like it might. Looks like it kind of is like getting there, but I mean, there's still so much screen time taking up with like their relationship that I'm just like, dude, just punch somebody or like, you know, talk to somebody else. Like, yeah, 8.5.
Yeah, no, I'm probably like in the 8 range as well, especially like I think this episode especially compared to like the last season's episode 7 doesn't do a lot to hype up the final fight that's going to go on, but this episode was deep, but not for Invincible, but for like side characters, especially Donald.
Yeah, I got that too.
Yeah.
In the middle section of the episode, it kind of seems like they were going through a lot of like resolutions. Like they had William talk, what's his name, off the ledge, and Donald was kind of being like sort of the mentor to him because he's gone through the same thing and kind of come to terms with his own like 39 deaths, is that what it was?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
This guy has been like blown up and shredded and eviscerated like 39 times, and he's still rocking. Like, it was really cool to get that perspective on Donald, because I think the last couple episodes we've seen him come to terms with that. We've seen him like kind of struggle with that a little bit. Like in the last episode, he kind of pushes Mark away when he's like, you know, he's talking about what happened to I can't remember his name. What's his name? The guy.
William's boyfriend?
No, William's boyfriend.
Side character number 1.
Yeah, side character number 1.
Fortnite pickaxe.
Fortnite pickaxe, side character number 1.
Yeah.
We see a lot of like Donald kind of trying to get across to Invincible that, you know, this is a very traumatic thing, and he's clearly very traumatized, but he was not ready to talk about it with him. And I think they did it really well with having Fortnite pickaxe side character number 1 stand on the edge of a building, and then, you know, Donald finally had to kind of like come to terms with his own trauma to help Fortnite pickaxe side character number 1 down off suicide ledge.
Yeah.
So that was a good way to do it.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, no, the Donald thing, like, I've been getting a shitload of spoilers from, like, YouTube Shorts and TikTok. I got, like, a massive one last night, and that was a bummer. But, yeah, no, like, I knew that Donald, like, the reveal of Donald being a cyborg, that got spoiled for me, like, 2 days beforehand. But I had no clue it went this deep.
Yeah. Yeah, when he like fully opens up his chest and he says he's 98% machine.
Yeah.
Crazy. I didn't think he was that far gone.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I get like being upset that you were lied to about being dead, but like they were both like, maybe it's just me, but like they were both extremely upset about not being themselves.
Yeah.
Like if I died and then woke up and I was like Iron Man, I was like, all right, you know what, you know,
This is kind of cool.
no blood, but they can never go through a metal detector again. But you know, it's fine.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking like, what are they gonna do about X-rays at airports?
Yeah, no, he's a menace to security forever. Like,
Exclusively flying private.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Man, no, I feel, I don't know, because I feel like that's kind of like come to, I don't know, because they're really trying to make Mark stay in school right now, so that means we get more William and Fortnite pickaxe, but like how much more is there to do with that character? Like my guess would be it's gonna, like he's gonna use that power to help the world or whatever Donald was saying at the end of his speech there, but I feel like they're gonna have to dedicate like half an episode to that, and I don't know if that's really worth it to the show.
Yeah, I think it's very small picture compared to everything else going on. And personally, while I do like the storyline, like I like William as a character, you know, Amber as a character is fine, like fine, arguably. I feel like it's long overdue to kind of wrap that up.
Yeah.
I do like how the show really puts it into, like, when a character makes a decision or goes through something, it really does drag out and affect them for the rest of the show.
Yeah.
But I think, you know, Invincible Mark has to, he should have by now, I think, come to terms with the fact that he's not going to be able to go to school. And especially in this episode, he's talking about getting a part-time job. Like, dude, you can't even go on a date without getting interrupted. Yeah. What do you mean? Like, you quit your part-time job in, like, episode 1. And this is long gone, you know?
I feel like a part of the reason, or maybe the main reason, or the only reason, that they're trying to keep this university thing going is to keep, like, the human side of him. Like with Spider-Man, like that's kind of a big part of his character is like superhero versus real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like with Mark, he's like in space on different planets for weeks at a time. It's like, you know, kind of the human element's not really there anymore. And like with the Amber thing dragging on, to get back to that, it's like, I think it was like episode 4 where I said to you, yeah, they're not going to last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like, I mean, even earlier in the season when he comes back and Adam Eve is just like giving him big hugs and stuff, and he's just kind of like, oh, okay. It's like, I don't know. I feel like, yeah, maybe if you're a superhero, date other superheroes. I don't know. Maybe that's the solution.
Yeah, and, you know, in spoiling a lot of stuff for myself and reading the comics, which were, like, pretty decent.
Yeah.
I think I kind of know that I know what's coming. That's gonna break them up.
Okay.
And, you know, see him pursue another interest. But I really thought it would have happened by now.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I thought they broke up at the end of the last episode, so I was really confused when they were at Comic-Con.
Yeah, it sort of felt to me like by the end of this episode, Mark and Amber were in sort of the same place that they were at the end of the last episode.
Yeah.
And maybe that's going to be what it takes. But I think a large catalyst to that is going to be what Angstrom does
Yeah.
in the next episode.
Yeah. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So you know. You
I
don't
know how
know.
that ends.
I don't know. I
You
don't know.
it's crazy. I'm super pumped to see that.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you know what the episode title is?
No.
I Thought You Were Stronger.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and too, like, I feel like Mark, depending on how many seasons of this show there's gonna be, it's a long story.
Yeah, I think they said he could, like, the showrunner could easily get 7 seasons just out of the original material.
More than that, I would argue.
Yeah.
I mean, they are almost hour-long episodes, but there's a lot of, like, exposition in the comics. There's still a lot of things that, you know, have happened in the comics by this point that haven't happened in the show.
Yeah, that's what I heard about season 1 when Fortnite pickaxe gets turned into a Fortnite pickaxe. Is that happens way later?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Just for like my personal gauge, have you got like anywhere near Conquest yet?
I don't think so.
Okay, then if you had to think about it, you're not there. But
Yeah.
that's like season 6, season 7 bad guy stuff.
Okay.
So, but yeah, just for personal gauge, see where you are.
Well, I think one thing, like, even just outside of the storyline in the show and just the show itself, they really can't break up another season like they just did. That was a very bad move, and I get partly why it had to be done, but then partly that it was on purpose.
Yeah.
Because we needed to digest the first 4 episodes.
Yeah, I don't know. There were a few different stories, but from what I heard, and it seems to be confirmed in this episode with that Comic-Con joke,
that was hilarious.
the showrunner said that from here on out, it's going to be around 1 season a year.
Yeah.
So, which is really high because I get, like, they're already working on season 3 now.
Yeah.
So.
And that's kind of that's way more reasonable than, you know, chopping a season in half and waiting like 4 months, because you're gonna lose a lot of hype. Yeah. Which they did, and you know, I think it'll be pretty easy for them to get it back though. Because. Damn.
Yeah, it's been so long. I forgot that Oliver was this season. Like he seems like a character from like he's established. He's just kind of in the background for now.
Yeah. So normalized. He's just there, and Debbie's like, "Yo, it's us 3."
Another thing.
Yeah.
Another thing with Oliver is like in the first few episodes they said like, oh yeah, he ages so fast, and then like he went from being an infant to the equivalent of a 3-year-old toddler in 2 episodes.
Yeah.
And now he's been a 3-year-old toddler for 4. It's like.
Yeah.
His aging has really slowed down. It seems maybe not enough time has passed
between the break. Between the break, there was like a 3-month gap, I think. So.
Okay. Yeah.
I think like next season Oliver is gonna be like 10ish probably, if I had to make a guess.
And that's when his storyline will kick off. Yeah.
I don't know anything else about Oliver. I only know that he, like, the only comic spoiler I got was that he existed.
Really?
Yeah, so I don't know anything else.
Okay, I kind of spoiled like half of his entire story for myself, but he has a really good one.
Okay.
I will say. But yeah, I think, that Comic-Con joke though.
Oh my god,
that was hilarious.
Oh, that's
Sometimes
crazy.
we just cover the mouths so that we don't have to animate them talking. See all these people in the background? They're not moving. But, you know, we can make really nice art, and sometimes they go too far. It looks wrong.
Yeah, I'm gonna go rewatch season 2 and really check that out.
Yeah. I thought that was brilliant.
Oh my god, dude, I was almost cry laughing.
Yeah, no, the fact that got in the show, like, I mean, I think it was great. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, the only reason Amber and Mark are still together is so he could fit in his own joke.
Yeah. And too, like, the new Viltrumite. What do you think?
Well,
Smash.
Yep.
Yeah.
The boot on the neck. Holy smokes! I was almost had to kick you out.
Yeah.
And you.
Send us to the hallway real quick.
Yeah. No. Oh man. But yeah, no. I was talking a little before we recorded that last episode. I was fucking terrified because so It doesn't happen at a later point. That was the moment, right, in the comics?
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure.
Okay, well, you already blurted it out earlier,
Yeah.
so skip to this time if you don't want a potential comic spoiler. Mark gets raped by her.
In the comics?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why I was fucking terrified last week.
Yeah, that's why.
Why
I was
wasn't
like-
that in the show? What?
That's why, like, when he wakes back up, I was like, oh my god, this
Yeah.
is it. Like, she's
Yeah.
either gonna be on top of him, or she's gonna be like, you know, putting her clothes back on and being like, well, I got all I need of you, basically.
Yeah.
Was
Like
that
she
just to
does.
steal his DNA?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, and that, like, that's a really big, like, catalyst in Mark's character.
Mm-hmm.
Like, huge. More than the whole Amber thing.
That's why he broke up with Amber. He's like, there's a lot going on in space right now. I can't say that.
Listen, I've had it from Earth and I've had it from space. And
Yeah.
I know what I prefer. But no, it goes on, like, what was it? I completely forgot what I was going to say. But, the whole Amber and Mark breakup, it's
Yeah.
so cut and dry in the comics. It's literally just like,
Yeah.
Amber goes, you remember the guy that she meets in the library?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah,
Wait,
briefly.
yeah.
Vaguely.
yeah, they start hanging out and like go into movies together, but like just as friends. And then Mark pulls back up and like sees them through the window in her room, and they're not doing anything. And she's like, "Yo, this is wrong. I can't do this." And then he comes in, and he's like, "Actually, maybe this is like a good thing. Maybe we should just break up, and you look more happy with this guy, and yeah, maybe that'll work better." And then they just kind of agree. And Amber's like, "Yeah, I was thinking the same thing," and that's it.
Yeah. Because, like, Amber's character, like, in the past 2 episodes, especially with the relationship, doesn't seem like Amber's character from any other point in the show.
Not at all.
Because, like, as you said, she's, like, super cut and dry for the entire thing, but for the past, like, 3-5 episodes, it's been like, I don't know, I'm indecisive on what we should do.
Yeah, and it might kind of make sense in like the relationship situation, but I feel like by this point, Amber would have realized that this is basically what the rest of her time with Mark is going to look like.
Mm-hmm.
And I think her almost dying there will probably push it over the edge a bit, kind of like it did at the end. But I mean, even at the end, they sounded like they were still hopeful.
Yeah.
Which was just like, dude, no, no, just like get off of it and just move on.
Yeah.
Move on, bro.
Another thing with Amber's character is like back in season 1 when Mark and Eve revealed to her that they were superheroes. Since then, they've just kind of been very open with her about the identities of every superhero.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, because there's like, oh yeah, me and Rex are doing whatever. It's like, I mean, I know Rex's superhero name doesn't really hide his identity very well, but like, you're just giving away secret information. Like, she's like first name basis with Cecil. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like maybe
Which is wild.
reveal your own identity, but it's not like Batman revealing his identity and being like, oh yeah, this is Clark Kent, this is whatever. It's like,
This is the whole roster here.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, that's a good point. She's not involved in any of it, but she knows about all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Yeah.
can be really like, could be kind of, I'm surprised Cecil hasn't seen that as a threat yet.
I don't know. They're not gonna address it in the show, but like headcanon, he has like a billion different ways to
Yeah.
deal with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm also like, I'm thinking it'll be a season. How many episodes are there in this season?
8.
8. So the next one's the last season finale.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's definitely gonna be in season 3 then. But like, more spoilers just about like Cecil's storyline and
Okay.
Mark's storyline and everything. Like, some crazy shit that happens.
Yeah.
And I'm just waiting now to see that unfold, because it goes back to the same reason that Mark just wouldn't say the words he had to get the Viltrumite to stop trying to kill him, which is, Mark's integrity and Mark's humanity mean more to him than anything else. And for better or for worse, he's willing to die on that hill.
Yeah.
Which is going to be very interesting, because he has an idea of what's right and what's wrong, and he will really die on that hill without budging. So
That clap is even better than the first one.
clean.
I see the spike on mine.
Yep.
My phone's off, so.
This guy's up recording audio.
No, it's still.
You're cut from
Maybe.
the podcast. I'm cropping it. Cropping in, and there's gonna be awkward silence every time you talk.
Yeah, you just voice over and you guys are just looking off camera. So she shows up. What's her name? Anissa. She shows up. Way better than Mark. Way better. Way better than Omni-Man, Nolan.
Oh yeah.
Because, like, Nolan fought Invincible. And that was, like, obviously, Omni-Man was better, but, like, he survived.
Well, it's
right?
not peak Omni-Man. You gotta remember that.
Right. But, like, she was significantly better and just
Yeah.
overpowered him. But then we see Alan fight her. Not even a scratch.
Yeah.
He gets punched in the face. He's like, oh, that used to hurt worse. Just
My
kind of.
boy Alan is
yeah.
a tank now.
Mm-hmm.
When will Mark get some of that juice? I feel like that's what he needs.
When he gets the new suit, dude.
When he gets the new suit.
Season 3.
Pull up to the coalition of planets. Ask my boy face. Put in a good word.
Dude, that reveal was fucking crazy. It just rips the beard off.
That was so funny. I was like, oh my god, he's LARPing. Oh my god. He's a Viltrumite. And then he rips the beard off. And it's not even like he's wearing a Viltrumite suit,
No.
but he's just an old white dude.
Yeah.
So you're automatically like Viltrumite.
Well, no, it's the mustache, because all Viltrumites have mustache.
The
Was that-
mustached empire.
Was it his actual beard, or did he have like one of those like?
No, it's an actual beard.
Oh,
I think,
just like a Santa beard. It was like, guess what? Yank.
Dude had a string the whole time.
no, I don't. I seen a breakdown or something of that, and no, it's an actual technique. I forget what it's called, but Viltrumites will like. I don't know if they go undercover and do it or what, but they grow beards and just rip it off to reveal that they're Viltrumites.
What?
That's excessively hardcore.
Yeah. Honestly though, Nolan's mustache, baller.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely baller.
Yeah.
His mustache is great.
Oh.
Also, like just reading through the comics about fucking the Immortal and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Alan was not wrong in the last episode. His facial hair sucks. Absolutely sucks.
Goddamn right.
Missing the cool part.
Yeah. I guess going back to Immortal. So he's on vacation now. He's taken a mental health, however long period it is, because his girlfriend died.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, rest in peace, Duplicate. That was kind of a tough loss. There's no way that Ant Girl should have lived. No. Honestly, let's be real. No shot Rex should have survived that fight.
No.
Gunshot to the head. That was a crazy way to start last episode.
That was insane.
But
yeah, I got the gunshot spoiled, but I didn't know he comes back from it.
Yeah, when he stood back up, I was like,
yeah, and just
no way.
Didn't have an arm and just
just starts whipping this guy.
Oh my god, man.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
But anyway, so where is he going? He said he had to go home?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess his story starts in like medieval Europe.
Okay.
So like, is that home?
Well, I don't
He was
know.
also
That's
Lincoln,
like,
though, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was Lincoln.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where, cause like it starts with him like as a caveman, like when they do his origin story in like episode 1, season 1. So I have no clue where that's gonna be. All I know is like, I when he said that, the only thing I could think about was that like Peter Griffin edit where he gets in the back of the taxi and he's like, "Where you going, pal?" "Home." "Where's home?"
The White House.
Yeah. Where is that?
And honestly, that would actually work for him. He's like, where are you going? The White House. You're not the president. Actually, top hat.
Top hat, yeah.
Emancipation Proclamation.
Oh yeah, but no, I feel like the Immortal's getting the Sequid treatment for next season, where he gets like 1 or 2 episodes to figure out his shit.
Oh yeah. Speaking of that, I forgot the astronaut just has the aliens back.
Yeah.
Completely unmentioned. They're just like ignore it. It's like,
It wasn't even touched on a
Yeah.
single time, but I think
I think it's gonna be the next like Flaxen thing where
Yeah.
they end up fighting for like 5 minutes and then here I'm established as the new powerhouse of the season.
Yeah.
So that's what I assume it's gonna be because 3 seasons of Sequid.
Yeah, no. Yeah, can't do that.
No.
They're not like they're cool, but they're not cool enough compared to
Mhm.
everything else. And yeah, with the Immortal, like if this dude has lived through like all of human history and has witnessed everyone he loves die over and over and over and over again, all that compounding grief would like just change your brain chemistry.
Yeah.
So like this dude would have to be at this point the most desensitized human to any kind of death or loss that you'd ever come across.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, at this point, like I get he had like a thing with duplicate. Maybe for story's sake, sure, it was like more special than everything else. But this guy has brushed off hundreds of thousands of deaths.
Well, yeah, they explain it in like the episode where Rex like finds out that they're dating, where like Kate's like, he's the only one that's died as many times as me,
Yeah.
so he understands. So they have that personal connection, which is the reasoning why it's hurting him so much, because he probably thought that she would live like not forever, but she understood his pain.
Yeah. Duplicate.
Yeah, I was not expecting that last time.
That was wild.
Yeah.
Even the way they just like animated it.
Oh my
Her
yeah.
jumping out and then just getting grabbed and
Yeah, I saw the frames of the comics afterwards.
yeah.
The show was a lot worse.
Yeah. Way more brutal.
Yeah.
Way more brutal. But still, like, that whole fight scene was almost like it got up to the brutality of the first episode where Omni-Man took out the entire Guardian team.
Yeah.
That was like I feel like that was the only other time that we really reached that level. You could maybe count like the fight in the penthouse, but like that didn't really have anyone die.
Yeah.
So
No, I was talking right before you showed up about like that penthouse fight where Mark what does he say? He goes, "You guys are fucking dead!" or
Yeah.
something. I think that's the best line in the show.
oh, absolutely. And I honestly from that point I wanted to see Mark just fly through them
Yeah.
like
That's
Vanessa did here.
Yeah, that's kind of like what I'm kind of what I'm hoping for next episode. Or at least season 3.
Yeah, I want Mark to reach a new level of power.
Yeah, because that's what I've been like hearing about the blue suit is that he just go like next level.
Well, is he pulling his punches currently?
Yes.
Yeah.
All the time.
Because like when he's fighting the thing, like obviously he's a Viltrumite, like he can kill the thing.
Yeah.
She just flies right through it, no
Yeah.
problem, no second thought. He's like, I'll punch it. It's like, I don't know, man. Does it need to still live?
No.
Like I feel like just boom, punch it right through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and every moment that you're punching it and like, making it flail around is like more people are probably dying.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's the whole, because Mark doesn't want to kill, so he's been pulling every single punch every time we've seen him fight. Like there's not one time really that we've seen him go berserk.
Mm-hmm.
Even when he looks like he's going berserk.
Yeah.
But that's kind of like the thing. Like he has not really just let loose yet.
No.
Which I really, really hope he does in the next episode.
I feel like that's what's going to happen. From the stuff I know from next episode, something bad's gonna have to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So
To trigger that.
Yeah, I feel like I know what it is, but I'm not gonna like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So
I feel like I know
I might know.
who's gonna get like fucked up and put in the hospital next. It's gonna be Rex again. He gets shot in the head twice.
right in the other eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, his reaction to that too would just be the funniest thing ever. Like his character's reaction.
Fuck on.
Yeah. He's just like, the funniest part is when he's like standing up over the Lizard King's body. He's like, I can't believe you shot me in the fucking head. It's so funny.
I thought it was also funny when he was like laying in bed, like in the hospital bed last episode, and Mark comes in. He's like, hey man, how's it going? He's like, oh dude, I just got shot in the head. It's been so hard. My life flashed from my eyes. I realized how terrible a person I've been. And Mark's like, yeah, me too. He's like, oh, fine. What happened to you?
He's laying in the bed, fully like half his face covered, got a bullet through the brain, and Mark's sitting there like,
me and my girlfriend don't spend enough time together.
yeah. Spit it out. You know, why your face looks all like that. You know, sad and shit.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge Rex fan. Like, he's kind of like not a great person in the first season. I feel like he's redeemed at this point.
I think we're just starting the redeemed era of him, if I had to make a guess.
Yeah, and it helps too, like, I don't think they've really explained it in the show yet, but when you look at his backstory, it puts it into context a little bit. Like, you give him a little more slack for how he's acting.
Yeah, they kind of like touch on it, but don't like, we haven't had his origin yet.
No.
But this episode because like all these heroes are just like knockoffs of other heroes.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is Rex? He's Gambit.
The card guy?
Yes.
Okay.
But he has coins.
Oh, but yeah.
And now I guess with his augmented surgery, they kind of made it so he can turn anything into a explosive.
He can just like harness that explosive and shoot it now.
Yeah.
Because like the way I assume it works the exact same way where he has he can like just like touch this can and then it like charges up with energy.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure they found a way to like just harness the energy and then.
Yeah, because they gave it to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the thing. Like,
did he have powers before that, or did he just like have bombs?
His origin story really isn't a spoiler. It was like gone over in the comics at the same time as most of the other origin stories for the other heroes. Like Adam Eve's is after that one.
Yeah, I don't know how he got his powers, but I don't really like care.
Yeah, he was just, from what I read, he was just like born in a like below poor family.
Yeah.
Parents were on drugs, whatever. He had a bunch of siblings, and the government comes in and grabs him and gives him like basically just modifies his skeleton, like his hands and half of his arm, to be able to charge these things up. And he was like very young, I guess, so he kind of just lived his entire life with the government as this like superhero. So he really doesn't have any concept of like family or home or like, you know, love or anything like that. He's just a fucked up kid with explosive hands.
That's good. I'm getting better.
That's pretty good. Okay.
So on to the next episode.
So on to the next episode. So Alan gets captured, and that's like kind of something I know about. Kinda is like, because like I've seen a picture of Nolan from the future. So since Nolan's a good guy now, I'm assuming they break out from the prison, and then I assume Mark, because of Anissa, will show up to the coalition, and then they'll form their like actual super team, is what I'm expecting to happen.
Okay.
I've seen a picture of Battle Beast in their team, so I don't know when he's coming back into the picture, but I'm excited.
Oh, I really want him to come back. He was cool. He was super cool.
Yeah.
I kind of, I know what happens a little bit after that, but I don't know like fully. Like, I know why Alan let himself get captured.
Yeah.
To get to the prison, to see Nolan, because he's seen like, you know, maybe he can be redeemed.
Yeah.
If everything Mark said was true.
From the books.
Yeah. Because he's clearly left all of this trail. You know, he's at some point in his life was conflicted.
Yeah.
So you gotta wonder. But I'm super interested to see the prison union between the two of them.
Oh my god, yeah. Especially like with Craig being there. I'm really excited for him, especially.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know too much
I don't
or
either.
anything. I don't know anything about him really.
No, and it seems to me from the last episode that Nolan is just biding his time.
Yeah.
He is letting himself get strong again.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't speak. He didn't flinch. He didn't fight back at all when Craig was trying to interrogate him. He's really just like waiting for the moment, and I think Alan will be the moment.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Yeah.
Now, if someone didn't read any of the comics or hasn't seen any of these spoilers, you said the title of the episode is "I Thought You Were Stronger."
Yes.
My biggest question is who sang it and to who,
Yeah.
right? And to whom? Because thanks.
Karma police or like grammar police. This guy.
Because like obviously my first assumption is it's probably one of the Belgian Knights, like Craig or Nissa, is that what her name is?
Yeah.
Sang it to either Nolan or Alan or Mark, right? But it could be the other way around, where it's like Nolan breaking out of prison saying, "I thought you were stronger" to Craig, or maybe it's no one saying it to anyone. But like obviously when you put "I" in the title, it's like, oh, it's someone saying this to someone, which means there's probably going to be a big important fight in the season finale, which
There better be.
spoilers, yeah.
There better be.
No. It'll ramp up, that's for sure. Like I'll say like you got it right. Somebody's gonna say that line, but I won't. Like you're not gonna find out till next week.
Do you know who it is?
I know who it is.
Okay.
You know who it is?
No.
Okay.
Taking my best
Really?
guess. No.
Okay.
Taking my best guess. Like a part of me that thinks it would be really funny for Alan to say it to like, Anissa or Omni-Man or some shit. Like he sees Omni-Man, like they're breaking out together, and he sees Omni-Man like trying to break out too, and Alan's just like, I've already killed all these Viltrumites. I thought you were way stronger.
Yeah, can you imagine it's just like a throwaway line?
Yeah.
Back on Earth, where it's like Eve is talking to Rex. She's like, oh, "I thought you were stronger,"
and
then they cut away from her, and it's like nothing to do with it.
There, you got the line.
Yeah.
You got the line. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I feel like you're knowing nothing. That your theory makes the most sense. Is like it's either Team Invincible being Omni-Man and Alan, and Invincible saying it to a Viltrumite, or like maybe another threat or enemy, or it's the vice versa. Maybe it's the Sequid dude saying it. Who knows?
Yeah, it could just be something. It could be the twins saying it to each other. Like, I thought you were strong.
We haven't had enough Baller twins this season. They were in the
they were
first.
so good.
Oh my god, man! I hope they return.
They were such great characters. Their whole dynamic with like the cloning.
Yeah.
You're the clone.
That's what the clone would say.
It's so fun.
Oh my god, yeah, but no, knowing and like seeing you guys theorize is really cool because like you guys like are hitting it but not hitting it at the same time, So next episode I'm scared they're gonna do here's like 4 different plot lines because like I think episode 5 I was talking to you because there's a whole shitload of stuff that they didn't cover. They didn't cover Sequids, they didn't cover Angstrom, they didn't cover the relationship, they didn't cover Omni-Man, they didn't cover the Guardians, and like so on. There was so much stuff.
It was Mark and Amber.
Yeah.
That was like the bulk of that episode, which was crazy. Because it was a lot of just them talking to, both the costume dude and Eve. And it was just like, it's an important point, but in the comics, that's what makes him realize that it's over.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I feel like it should be over.
Yeah.
Next episode, my guess next episode is like all the conflict ends. They finish the fight. Amber goes back. He's like, oh, I can't believe my life's so hard. And then they break up, and then he goes and joins the coalition. That's what my guess would be. But this was a 50-minute episode, so I'm going to guess next episode will probably be 50 to an hour. Or because I think the season finale of last season was only 40-something, which was crazy.
It was either that,
but
or
it was a lot
like,
more condensed.
Yeah, it was either that or it was like an hour and 1 minute or something.
Yeah,
like one of those episodes where, but usually, like in the last season, they had it lead up to, they had like the inciting conflict between Mark and Nolan at the end of episode 7, and then you had their whole exchange through the last episode. So, really interested to see how they do a season finale off of this episode. And I think Angstrom is going to play a massive role, and maybe it's Angstrom saying it to Invincible.
So which one's Angstrom?
Yeah, big brain.
Big brain, right.
Brain multiverse.
Right, yeah, the episode ended on that.
Yeah, but
Sorry.
the last 2 episodes ended on that.
Right, yeah.
I won't stop until I've killed.
Yeah, and then now he's got his family.
Yeah.
Right, yes. I completely forgot about that ending.
So
Right, so Mark has to go home to see Big Brain Angstrom pointing, was it his iron cannon?
Well, no. He opens portals.
yeah.
So he could send them to a universe that Mark will never see them to again. So that's the threat.
Okay. He's not going to kill them. He's just going to separate them forever.
Yeah,
Which-
he basically just wants to like inflict as much pain as possible on Mark.
Yeah.
And why again? What was his reason? Mark fought him?
So, a little recap. Angstrom, the body of the one we see was the one that broke the ballers out of prison. He's like, yeah, no, I'm smart in this universe, but in other universes, we have like cures to cancer. We have all this stuff. So if I take all their knowledge and put them in my brain, I can help all the universes and create like this utopia. And then Cecil makes Mark blow him up.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Cecil.
All that could have been solved with Invincible arriving and being like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
You know, instead of just seeing the Mahler twins and being like, "Whoa, I'm gonna beat you guys up."
Yeah, I feel like, Immortal mentioned this episode where he's like, oh, as soon as Alan was there, I just started throwing hands. I didn't even think.
Yeah.
But, like, that's a lot of what superheroes are doing in this show.
Yeah. There's
Don't-
no dialogue.
Yeah,
between
don't
the
think.
two.
Throw hands.
Yeah, and I think that's pretty normal for like the younger superheroes becoming like more accomplished veteran superheroes.
Yeah.
Usually the big difference is there's way more discussion on the low end, and then as you go up, there's just none.
Yeah.
It's just all beating.
Just hands.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, so start of that next episode, Mark has to deal with the Angstrom thing.
Yeah.
I'm also just noticing now a lack of Adam Eve in this episode.
Mhm.
Yeah.
None whatsoever.
I'm cheesed. I'm
So
pissed.
yeah. So I'm guessing she has a much larger role to play in the next episode. I would guess. That she's
I
in
would
the
guess
finale.
not.
No, you don't think she's in the finale?
No, I feel like next episode is going to deal like I'm sure she'll be in the next episode, specifically when I feel like Mark is going to go to the universe where we see at the beginning of the universe, like a season where him and his dad actually team up, and then that Mark like breaks that Adam Eve's neck. I feel like that's the Adam Eve we're gonna get next episode.
So
Like where she
what?
was bald, remember? Where she was bald in the first episode, and they like had that underground facility that they were hiding from Mark and Nolan.
Yeah, like in the other universe where Invincible and Nolan teamed up. Invincible and Omni-Man
Oh,
teamed
right,
up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah, and she's like paralyzed now.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Oh, yeah, sorry you had to do that, Mark. Sorry you had to kill her." He's like, "Oh no, I just paralyzed her entire body. She's still alive." And he's like, "Oh, that's what you were practicing on those protesters."
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I forget because episode 1 was so long ago.
Yeah.
I might have to go back and rewatch those just for extra details. But
Mm.
yeah.
Freaking crazy.
Yeah, no, we're gonna get a few different Invincibles next episode. Like that one specifically. There's the caped Invincible. And then there's like a whole bunch. Bulletproof, who's on the Guardians now, that has Mark's suit that he turned
The
down.
orange and yellow.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I seen like a comic panel of like a multiverse of Marks, and one of them had that suit. But like, yeah, we're gonna get a few different Marks. I don't think we're gonna go into like the multiverse of madness of Marks.
No, I think it's going to be more grounded in. I think a good amount of it is going to be Mark dealing with Angstrom, which will definitely be. If there's going to be something at the start of that episode to set him off, and like make him go ham, it'll be that for sure. So
yeah. No, well, I got one more thing, but I feel like that's an ender. Do you guys like have any more grievances with no? So I think like maybe next episode we get together again and do like were we right? But right now, like ever since the season has been like announced that Angstrom was the villain, people have been thinking that Spider-Man's gonna make an appearance next episode. So do we think that they got Josh, because Josh Keaton, who plays I think maybe Spectacular Spider-Man, he has been cast, but we haven't seen his character yet. So
Josh from Drake and Josh?
No, that's Peck.
Oh.
that would be amazing.
Because one of them did play Spider-Man, didn't they?
No, Drake Bell played
Drake
Spider-Man.
Bell played Spider-Man.
Yeah. He played like the one where
Invincible Spider-Man?
no, it was I don't know. He like teams up with like White Tiger, joins Iron Fist, White Tiger, Luke Cage, and like they all work for SHIELD.
Yeah.
It crosses over with one of the Avengers shows.
I'm not sure that we're gonna see Spider-Man like the way they do it in the comics is that he goes through Angstrom puts him through a portal and he slams into Doc Ock.
Oh wait, this is actually real.
Yeah, this is real.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were just joking because it was like, haha, Avengers No Way Home. It's like, oh, you got all the Spider-Man multiverse.
No,
so they actually
this is a possibility for next episode.
Yeah, because you see Doc Ock, he like slams into him and then gets put through another dimension. And when he comes back through the portal, you see like Spider-Man's web on Mark's back, like coming through the portal. But you don't see Spider-Man. So
okay, I thought that was a joke.
No.
Because like the thumbnail for this one was like when
the thumbnail of the episode is Rex going like
this. I was like, oh yeah, maybe Spider-Man is in this one. Ha ha.
I mean, they seem to be like teasing it really hard, so it makes me think that it's likely.
I
don't know.
I'm gonna go with no.
Maybe you'll see some of the universe is what I'm thinking, but not specifically Spider-Man.
Yeah, I think at most we're gonna do a multiverse of madness thing where they're falling through universes and then you see Mustafar for like 3 seconds.
Oh my god, I'd lose my mind.
Well, it's unnamed lava planet, but it's it's just Mustafar.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
But
I hope they don't go too far into the multiverse thing. I know obviously that's Angstrom's thing, but like for me that's kind of what ruined the MCU. Or kind of like made it too far out there. Yeah. But like, I don't know. Let's stick to the main universe and resolve the plot lines here. Although this show has never had a single plot line, so they can.
Yeah, no,
that's true.
Yeah, I have no clue what's going on with the multiverse, but that's something we're gonna address next episode of the show and maybe the podcast if this guy doesn't go home or anything.
It's a Thursday, I'll be here.
Sweet. But all right, well, thank you both for joining me on this episode of Basement Dwellers, and thank you all for joining us and watching. So I'm gonna force myself to get this episode out, and hopefully for next week we'll get back together and figure out what's going on. Make sure to. Do you want to do the say the thing? You're a big YouTuber. Oh. Say the thing.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, hit the like button and make sure to subscribe. Bell icon is a thing too. Comment, rewatch, and Patreon. Yeah, that's what they do.
All right.
And we'll see you next time on